There comes a time in life when everything seems to be falling apart. No matter how hard you try, nothing works. You feel exhausted, broken, and defeated. The world tells you that you are weak. The people around you may doubt you. And deep down, you might even start believing them. But let me tell you something. They are wrong. You are not weak. The pain you feel right now is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are still fighting. Weakness is not falling down. It is refusing to get back up. Strength is built in the moments when you want to quit but choose to push forward. The strongest people in the world are not those who never struggled, but those who refuse to let their struggles define them. Think about the greatest legends in history: athletes, entrepreneurs, warriors, and leaders. Do you think they had an easy path? No. They were tested, they were broken, they were doubted. But they never gave up. They took their failures and turned them into fuel. They used their pain to push themselves beyond their limits. Right now, you might feel like you have nothing left. You might be questioning your worth, your purpose, and your strength. But listen closely. This is not the end of your story. Your future self is waiting for you to rise. The moment you decide to fight back, to refuse to give in, that is the moment you become unstoppable. So, I ask you, are you going to let the pain break you, or will you use it to become stronger? The choice is yours. Life is not easy. It never has been, and it never will be. The truth is, every single person on this planet has faced moments where they felt weak, moments where they questioned their ability to keep going. But here's the secret. Strength isn't about never falling. It's about how many times you stand back up. Most people think that being strong means never feeling pain, never struggling, never failing. But that's a lie. Strength is built in the struggle. It is forged in the fire of adversity. Every challenge you face is an opportunity, a chance to prove to yourself just how powerful you truly are. Think about a diamond. Do you know how diamonds are formed? They are created under extreme pressure, deep beneath the surface of the earth. Without pressure, they would remain ordinary rocks. But because of the struggle, they transform into something rare, something valuable, something unbreakable. You are no different. The challenges you face, the hardships you endure, they are shaping you into something greater. Right now, you might be facing difficulties that seem impossible to overcome. Maybe you've failed in your career. Maybe you've lost someone you loved. Maybe life has knocked you down so hard that you feel like you can't get up. But let me tell you something. You are not weak. The very fact that you're still breathing, still fighting, still hoping, means you have strength inside you that you haven't even tapped into yet. History is filled with people who were doubted, who were broken, who were told they weren't good enough. But they refused to accept that as their truth. They made a decision to rise, to fight, to prove the world wrong. And today, you have that same choice. Will you let your struggles define you, or will you use them to become stronger? Because here's the truth, you are not weak. You are just getting started. There was once a young boy who struggled in school. His teachers called him too slow to learn. One day, he brought a letter home from school for his mother. As she read it, tears filled her eyes, but she smiled at her son and said, "The school says you are too gifted to be taught there. From now on, I will teach you at home." That boy was Thomas Edison, the man who would go on to invent the light bulb. Years later, Edison found that same letter hidden in his mother's old belongings. It didn't say he was too gifted. Instead, it read, "Your son is mentally challenged, and we can no longer keep him in school. Imagine if Edison had believed what they said. Imagine if he had accepted that he was weak. The world would have never known his brilliance. But he refused to let others define his future. Edison failed 10,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." You are not weak just because you fail. You are only weak if you quit. Nick Vujicic was born with no arms and no legs. As a child, he was bullied, rejected, and told he would never be able to live a normal life. He fell into deep depression and even tried to end his own life. But then something changed. He realized that his biggest limitation was not his body, it was his mindset. Instead of focusing on what he didn't have, he focused on what he could do. Today, Nick is one of the world's most famous motivational speakers. He has traveled to over 70 countries, inspiring millions of people to believe in themselves. He can swim, surf, write, and even play sports, all without arms or legs. One of his most powerful quotes is, "If you can't get a miracle, become one." You are not weak because of your circumstances. Strength is not in your body, it is in your mind. Bethany Hamilton was a passionate surfer. At just 13 years old, she was attacked by a shark while surfing. She lost her left arm and nearly lost her life. Most people would have given up. Most people would have accepted that their dream was over. But Bethany wasn't like most people. Just 1 month after the attack, she got back on her surfboard. People thought she was crazy. Doctors told her it would be impossible to balance with one arm. But she refused to believe them. After years of practice, she became one of the world's top professional surfers. She even won multiple championships, proving that no obstacle is too big if you refuse to give up. Today, she inspires millions with her story, teaching others that true strength comes from within. Life will knock you down, but you are not weak. Get back up and keep going. Chris Gardner had nothing. No home, no money, and no support. He was a single father, sleeping in subway stations and homeless shelters with his son. Every day, he worked as an unpaid intern at a stock brokerage firm. He had no guarantee of a job, but he refused to quit. He worked harder than anyone else, studying finance at night while taking care of his son during the day. For a year, he endured hunger, exhaustion, and hopelessness. But he never gave up. And in the end, he got the job. Not just any job. He became a top stockbroker. Eventually, he built his own company and became a self-made millionaire. His story was so powerful that it was turned into the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, starring Will Smith. Lesson: you are not weak because you are struggling. Strength is built in the darkest moments of life. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits. It will throw obstacles in your path that seem impossible to overcome. There will be moments when you feel like you can't go on, moments when your mind whispers, "You're not strong enough." But let me tell you something, that voice is a liar. You are not weak. You have faced struggles before, and you survived. You have been knocked down, but you got back up. Maybe you didn't realize it, but every hardship, every failure, and every painful moment has made you stronger. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You are wiser. You are tougher. You are more powerful than you think. Think about all the great people who refused to give up. Thomas Edison, Nick Vujicic, Bethany Hamilton, Chris Gardner. They weren't superhuman. They had fears. They had doubts. They had moments when they wanted to quit. But they chose to fight. They chose to push forward even when the odds were stacked against them. And now, the question is, what will you choose? Will you let life break you? Will you let failure define you? Or will you stand up, wipe away the tears, and keep going? Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who refuse to let pain defeat them. They are the ones who took every setback and turned it into a comeback. So the next time you feel weak, the next time you feel like giving up, remember this: strength is not about never falling. Strength is about rising every single time you fall. Your story is not over yet. Your future self is watching you right now, hoping that you will make the right choice. Hoping that you will keep going, keep fighting, and prove to the world that you are unstoppable. Because in the end, the only thing that truly matters is this: you are not weak. You are stronger than you ever imagined. And this is just the beginning. Now, go out there and show the world what you're made of. Flex biceps fire.